What's up everyone, welcome back to Awesome American Trains. Today I'm going to be doing a part 2 video of my opinion on the Roblox queue. And this part 2 I'm not going to explain Roblox queue. I'm going to talk about the buffs and nerfs that came with this new feature, because there's a lot of them to cover and I'm going to share my opinion on each one of them. And if you haven't watched the other video, by the way, please do. I'll probably link it up top and in the description below so you can watch it. I would recommend you watch that one before you watch this one, because you wouldn't really know what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna really explain Roblox queue over again, but I'm just gonna talk about the buffs and nerfs with this thing. Still working, sorry. Sometimes my recording just screwed up sometimes, so I'm making sure. I'll make sure it's working well before I do, because I don't want to screw up anything with this video. Anyway, let's get started. And don't forget to subscribe and like the video down below, and comment down below which ones did you like the most. Anyway, let's begin. First update. This is for all heroes. Global cost, ultimate cost, now increased by 12%. That means it's going to be a little bit harder to get your ultimate charge. And they are saying that they're saying that they're how high impact they are, which some of them are. The ultimates come real too often, and yeah, and this is pretty, and a lot of people have been complaining about this, but I don't think this is too much bad idea. I mean, some here do get, if you're a pro player, you do get your ultimate really hard, really. You get your ultimate pretty high up and really quickly, especially if you're playing an Overwatch League. We've all seen that, how to get your ultimate so starting, and this will help balance it out. But I think what this also does is also encourages players to use their ultimates more wisely, because they'll know that the ultimate will take a little longer to get charged. Because most players who just use it whatever and they don't use it wisely, this will encourage them to play. Oh yeah, we gotta use it properly. Gotta learn how to make sure it's beneficial to everybody. And it'll help not only just help get kills, but help your teammates as well. So next one is about slowing effects. Instead of stacking together, friendly hostile slowing effects are now separated, and movement speed will be determined by whichever is slower. So that's basically something about the slowing effects, like Spencer's turret and something like that. I'll figure this one out. I'm probably explain this later. But now let's go to the hero things. Ash. Reload time per round decreased from 0.3 to 0.25 seconds. Okay, one of the biggest. I played a little bit of Ash, and I can tell you that Ash is, unlike most heroes with a gun like McCree and Pharah or something like that. Ash's gun, you have to reload one at a time. So most heroes, like whenever you're out of ammo, you just reload and reload all of the ammo at the same time. But for Ash's gun, you have to reload one at a time. Like when you had one hit, you had to get about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it's a little inconvenient. It's a little inconvenient, especially when you need to really get back into a fight. And of course, they can't really change the weapon altogether, so instead they're gonna reduce the time per round to decrease from 0.3 to 0.25 seconds, which will help increase the time. Will decrease the time it takes to reload Ash's weapon. Now let's talk about Bridget. She has a lot of buffs, a lot of nerfs and buffs, and I think it'll help her a lot. Let's talk about Inspire, her passive ability. Healing amount is increased from 100 to 130. Self-healing from Inspire is now halved. And I think this is probably making sure that all Bridget players, make sure that they heal people often and don't rely on themselves too much. So they don't have to be fighting as much, they'll be healing more. Now Repair Pack, this is probably a really good change in my opinion. Now it has 3 chargers. And healing amount has been changed from 150 to 120. Now it heals over 2 seconds instead of instantly, like I've seen this before. And if you throw multiple packs at the same person, like 2 packs at the same person, the current duration will be extended by 2 seconds. So So like, I think so. I've done this before, and it's pretty good change. It goes a little bit slowly, and I think this is really helpful for people for beginner to get her to be a much more better healer. So I can get. I think this is very convenient, and it's probably not too much noticeable, but it's very convenient, and really they could probably be much more used, and in team fights, and it can be much more helpful in team fights. Now whip shot, outgoing velocity is decreased from 60 to 80 seconds. Retracting time reduced from 0.6 seconds to 0.3 seconds. I don't play Brigitte a lot, so I wouldn't know too much about this, but probably other people who play Brigitte probably know if this is going to affect them or not, so I can't really say on behalf of them. But I can say the barrier shield health reduces by 500 to 200 health. What this means is that the 200, her shield is now reduced to 200. This means that she won't be able to rely on her shield as much as you used to. And this is a good thing because most people just stand there in the fight and just hold their shield out, and just for a couple of minutes. And our shield batch duration is reduced from 0.9 seconds to 0.75 seconds. So now let's go back to D.Va. And as you know, D.Va has got a lot of nerfs recently. And so first of all, when she called her mech, when she is on her mech, she called it back. Well, that thing has been reduced by 12%. The ultimate cost to get that mech back. So this is pretty much. Yeah. So yeah, this will be the same thing as the other ultimates in the game, reduced by 10%, by 12%. The time it takes to generate, so it says right here, time it takes to generate a D.Va ultimate when RF max should remain the same as it was before this update. So it wouldn't. So it appears they're saying that it might not affect this game too much, and it'll just be a little bit of effect. Doomfist. Quick melee no longer causes ammo reload. I'm gonna be honest, I've never really cared for this because I don't play Doomfist that much, and it's probably more convenient, but I didn't really care for it before this update, so I don't have too much to say for this. Hanzo Storm Arrows reduced from 6 to 5. I'm gonna be honest, this is a pretty good buff nerf for him, and because I play a lot of Bastion, I know this makes little people very angry, but I do play Bastion a lot. And I can tell you that most Bastion, and Hanzo was a really big counter to Bastion, mainly because of the Storm Arrows, because it always killed him instantly. So I think this will help reduce that damage a little bit, and also make Hanzo's not waste Storm Arrows too much. I know most Santos, I'm gonna be honest, I do the same thing too when I play Hanzo. They usually waste the Storm Arrows very much and use that for damage instead of learning how to snipe a little bit. So that's a good thing for his husband. Orisa, protective barrier, cooldown increase from 8 seconds to 9 seconds. And it's, in my opinion, they say it's gonna be effective, but it's not gonna be too much effective. I play Orisa too, and I don't really mind this. You probably just lose your barrier for like a few seconds, and you can probably get it back. So it's not a big deal in my opinion. And of course, it's not a big deal, but it'll also make it a little more satisfying to destroy it, because it'll be hard to do that, to get it back. Now, Reinhardt, Steadfast, reduces knockback effects by 30%. The developer comment as frontline, and basically this is a new ability. It's basically reduced knockback effects by 30%, and basically it's like knockback abilities. What I mean by that are like Brigitte's whip shot and Reinhardt's custom in mind. This will reduce the knockback effect for him, so it won't be as. So for him, it won't be as a big effect. It'll be a little bit more stable. Hack. So I'm gonna hack hack on any player reduced from 6 to 5 seconds. This is a pretty good ultimate. This is a pretty good hack, and really depends on what character you play. If you're playing on a really if you're playing on a ability reliant hero like playing a ability reliant hero like Doomfist, this would be good for you. But if other than that, it's not big. But for everybody else, it's probably alright. Still a good chain, but it's not as big effect. Activation time for EMP is 0.2, increase from 0.2 seconds to 0.345 seconds. So this basically allows more time to react for it, so you can predict it more often, and when you do see it, you know what to do. So players can go like, oh yeah, she's ready to do EMP, and just be prepared. Now let's do some Mecha. I think this is probably really helpful. Teleporter. Now it's an infinite duration, and players can now destroy a teleporter with a second ability to input. Cooldown starts now when the teleporter is destroyed. Maximum range increase from 25 to 30 range meters. Teleporter now destroyed at the entrance is more than 40 meters from the exit. This is a pretty good ultimate change with the teleporter. I think that's very helpful. So I play Overwatch, and when there's this Mecha on the team, she basically put a teleporter next to the fight, and from the spawn room to this thing, and it's very helpful. So you can get the spawn room easily, and now since it's gonna last for infinite duration, it's gonna be very helpful for that, and maximum range increase from 25 to 30 meters. That's pretty cool. A cooldown now starts when teleporter is destroyed, so that's pretty helpful. I like this a lot. So like Bastion, I think that Bastion and stuff who usually rely on the teleporter a lot, they can now enjoy it more often. Mecha, who owns this thing, can now enjoy it as well. Can now enjoy it while sharing it with her fellow teammates, if she's nice. If the Symmetric player is a nice teammate, of course. Anyway, Tracer, Pulse Bomb, damage increase from 300 to 350. I didn't play Overwatch that long, so I don't know this, but other players probably seem to say that it was reduced a long time ago. So it's not punishing the tanks, but they just increase it just a teeny bit more, so it can be a little more satisfying to destroy. So this thing is still so now we can fully destroy tanks like Bastion or enemies with really big armor tanks. So it won't be able to destroy too many tanks, but it'll definitely be able to destroy like other heavy DPS tanks, DPS heroes that have a lot of armor. Now let's do a Breaking Ball. Minefield. Increase projectile speed from 10 to 12, causing the mine to spread out more. Reduce the activation time from 0.25 seconds to 0.1 seconds. And I don't play a Breaking Ball often, but I think this is going to be a good ultimate thing. Yeah, I think that's very good. Yeah, but there won't be too much of an effect as long as you stay within the mines. You should be fine. And yeah. So yeah, here are the bug fixes. If you care about these, you can look at them. And if you want to look at these patch notes in more detail, just go to playoverwatch.com/ and go to news and patch notes and go to the notes. And this patch note is from, as I checked, August 13, 2009. Go to that to look at it in more detail. If this is something I missed, and you can look at it there. And hopefully you enjoy this video, and hopefully you understood. I know I spoke a little faster, but I did my hand to explain it as much as I can. I made sure I was not blabbing over and over again. but I did my best, and I hopefully you understood something from this video. Anything really. So hopefully you enjoyed, and go check out these buffs because these are now available on. These buffs are now these nerfs are now available on the entire game, not just PTR. So please enjoy them, and just remember to keep on practicing and getting better at Overwatch, and keep on learning the game, and don't forget to subscribe and like the video. I'm hopefully to do more of these types of videos in the future, and hopefully if these are popular, I probably do that. So thank you for watching the video, and see you next time. Peace.